Thanks to the support as a channel member, Chris Graves. If in doubt, sign a Brazilian wonder kid. It never fails. Hello and welcome to Club 3, Part 4 of Non-League to Legend. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, we have two games for you in the Bundesliga. We're at home against Mainz, the team we are chasing for European qualification. Yeah, that's right. We're chasing European qualification now. And we're away against Paderborn, which means we'll have been here a full half season. A full half. Paderborn were the team we played in our first game and beat. And they used to be in a relegation battle with us. They're still there. We're not. Look how good we are now. You can track it pretty much to the moment that the new players arrived. We had this ropey old form in December when I was moaning about not having any new players. The new players arrived, I think it was the 2nd of January rather than the 1st because of silly old days of the week. We did lose the first game they were here, but they'd only just arrived. It didn't take them long to get up and running, though. Leonardo grabbing the goal against Wolfsburg, which we saw in the last episode, I think. And then since then, we've been unbeaten and we've won lots of matches and we are charging up the league. And this is what the league table now looks like. 10 games to go. We're up into 11th place. No longer any fear at all that we're going to be dragged into a relegation battle. The board were looking at for us to, as a minimum, finish in the relegation playoff. We're 8 points clear of that now. We're a mid-table side, and we're actually tentatively glancing upwards. Our goal difference might still be a little bit of a problem because it is still pretty low compared to a lot of the teams around us. Although, to be fair, compared to the team we're chasing, it's quite similar, and we're only 6 points behind them and play them now at our place. A win here, I think, with 9 games to go, will insert us into the chase for a European qualification spot. Realistically, we're only chasing the Conference League. It's a big gap again to look at the Europa League, and I'm not sure it's an actual guaranteed Conference League place. I think it depends on things like cup winners and stuff like that. But if we can finish top 7, it's nice. And to be fair, the prize money here in Germany is so insane that the higher up the league we can finish, the better it is for us. Comparing this to the Premier League, I don't know if there's maybe less TV money here and it balances out, but people were trying to tell me there wasn't much money in the Bundesliga. Premier League winners get £38 million. Bundesliga winner, £95 million. It is an insane amount of prize money. I can only assume that there's less TV revenue. In fact, we can probably check if we have a look at our income to see where our big chunks of income, if we look at last season, the biggest income is merchandising, gate receipts, sponsorships. Doesn't look like there even is a TV deal on here. Weirdly, I'm not even seeing prize money. Where's the prize money from the Bundesliga? Oh, hold on. That's this season. This is last season. Look at the right columns, Kev. So £31 million of prize money last year. But it doesn't look like there's TV revenue. Oh, TV revenue is there. Only £170,000 of TV revenue last season. So there seems to be almost no TV revenue. Although there was a rather suspicious looking £265 million of other income last year, which, do we get any clarification what other income might be? That must have just been an injection of cash from the board or something. I don't think there was a takeover. I feel like I'd have noticed a takeover when I arrived, but then I didn't notice that we were moving into a new stadium. No obvious takeover. I don't understand. Let's not worry about it. Let's just win our football matches. We'll let the nerds in the offices back there worry about the club finances. I'm just here to win football matches. I'm going to make him an inside forward. He's not scoring enough goals. That's fresh out of the comments section from 3 days ago. See, I pay attention. Right, this is the team. Hoyenhal in goal. Franca, Bono, Bono, he's just the guy out of U2 at this point, isn't he? Bono. Canestrelli and Smoltz as the back four. Garner at the base of the midfield with Kadira. And our superstar Brazilian wonder kid ahead of him. Look at that for an introduction to a new league. 7 games played, 1 goal, 2 assists, 2 man of the matches, and a 7.16. He's my new hero. We are all Leonardo fans. And then Sieb and Tamasayan out wide with Hollaback up front, which, again, can't you tell episode 1 is out now? This is the first time I've recorded since episode 1 is released. And I'm disappointed in myself that I didn't do a Gwen Stefani gag when we had a player called Hollaback. I think I was too busy trying to work out what an Extractor fan was. and how to buy a house in Germany rather than renting one, when I could have been singing about hollaback girls, because there ain't no holidays. I don't really know how the song goes. I'm too old for popular music. Well, to be fair, that was a song from about 20 years ago at this point. I should think all the young'uns are watching going, what the hell is a Gwen Stefani? What's old Kev talking about now? I hate everybody. Right, let's win a football match. Hoy and Hal collecting the ball from the cross there. Once again, we have very complicated and confusing abbreviations of club names. It's SO4 versus MO5. It sounds like postcodes. I assume they do it all based on postcodes at this point. I don't understand. I would like to think that we have had some explanations in the comments section for the abbreviations now and what they all mean. I need someone to go through the entire 18-team Bundesliga and explain every 3-letter abbreviation. I know ours. I understand ours. Some of the others I don't. Was that a red card there? That was a red card. Beautiful stuff. That gives us an opportunity. I think we're immediately going to respond to that and go positive and offer some encouragement and just tell the lads to get out there and try and win the football match now, because Mainz have actually had a better start than us. We've not even had a shot yet, but they're down to 10 men. We need to assert ourselves on this game and create something, and we're not creating anything just yet. That has been a very poor first half from us, but I guess they are a team who are much higher up the league than we are, so first priority, even the way we've charged at the league, first priority in situations like this is still avoid defeat, and then worry about trying to win the game. We're going to go attacking. We're going to demand more. We should be doing better than this. I say first priority is to avoid defeat. I'm still yelling at them for not really creating any chances in this game so far. Right, Garner, who I thought was offside because he just kind of stopped, but apparently he's onside, and it's Garner again, playing it across to Bono, who is still forward and has the shot from range, and it's tipped over. We've got a corner, and this is an opportunity. We have some big boys knocking around for these corners. Garner floating it to the far post, looking for one of them, but unfortunately the corner is a little overhit, and Castronelli or Canestrelli or whatever his name is, the Italian guy, couldn't head it in from. I mean, look what is going on here, by the way. Our entire attack are trash today. Bring on Gonzalez, the youngster from Real. In fact, I say we'll bring him on. We're going to bring Schultz on as well and swap those two over and get Schultz dropping deep as well. We're going to have Gonzalez running beyond him, and that will do for now. Come on, there's got to be a goal in this here. This is the problem with, I think, our new system. You'll have noticed when we were looking at the schedule, we don't score a lot of goals. We're not although we have moved our way up the table nicely, and we are getting the job done and all that kind of stuff, we are not playing exciting football. And it really, really troubles me to see us just being solid defensively and not really running around a lot. Hate it. So I think this is only a get us through to the end of the season thing. Get to the point where we can do some more transfers, freshen up with a few more younger players, get rid of the last remaining old men, get some energy and some work rate into this team, and then crank up the tempo and start attacking properly, because there's no way in a game at home where a victory puts us into the race for Europe, should we, against 10 men, have only had like 4 shots on target. That is not okay. They're now down to 9 men. I know there's only a minute left, but we've got to win this game. We're not going to, because we're so tentative and delicate going forward. Ugh, unlucky today. Lazy today. Run fast. I know I've deliberately told you not to run faster. Run faster, run more, try harder, do some proper attacking. Oh, I couldn't do this long term. I don't know how you lot who play defensively do it. Could not do this long term. Oh. Well, I guess we're not getting into Europe. Just one change for the Paderborn game then. Beerline coming back in at left back. We've also tweaked. It seemed that Cyan was on a support instruction when I'm pretty sure I had it naturally set up for him on support and these two on attack. But maybe it had drifted back, or I'd tweaked it back and forgotten, but I've adjusted that back again. The other thing that I'm doing in the background, we are training a good old custom vertical tiki-taka, a version of the tactic we used. In fact, properly customed. the Vermonti tactic from a few years ago, that basically is. So that's their being trained as a potential option. So I think we kind of, with the transfers we did in January, I'm kind of stuck in a 4-3-3 because I think I mentioned it yesterday, Garner and Leonardo in particular, they'll struggle to fit into the 4-2-3-1. I don't think there'd be a great central midfield pairing because Leonardo's going to go too far forward, but he doesn't really fit as an attacking midfielder yet. So, yeah, I think we're stuck with this for now. So we need to find a system that makes it work. We've just gone a goal up against Paderborn, which is very nice. Sieb coming in from that left-hand side and grabbing himself a goal. Very nice to see. There you go. You make the two wide players a little bit more attacking, and all of a sudden they combine for the first goal. Paderborn are rubbish, though. I mean, they're down on 8 points after 26 games. Remember when I came in and we were only a couple of points ahead of them? I think, oh my God, what's Hoyenhall doing? He's got away with it there, but talk about a sweeper keeper. I think when I arrived, Paderborn were on 3 points. We were on 5 points. So it's a nice little illustration of how far we've come today after that 3-0 win we had over them in the very first game. And hopefully we can beat them by even more than that today and make up for the fact we had no goals in that previous match. Sieb now on the left-hand side, playing it back to Beerline, who plays it over the top, trying to get Sieb in behind again, and he does. And is he going to cross? He doesn't. He plays it back to Leonardo, who does decide to have the cross. And there's Cyan, who's probably offside. I think he's gone a little bit too far forward there. The defenders are all waving their arms around, sticking their arms up in the air. The goalkeeper looks like he's leading a yoga session back there. We're over with the VAR, and a goal is given. I don't know if it's just a Bundesliga thing, but VAR stuff seems to be given a lot more often here. It seems whenever it goes to VAR, I'm almost expecting, what is that noise? I'm almost expecting it to go in, whereas in the Premier League, I was expecting stuff to be disallowed whenever it went to VAR, but it's probably just too small sample size thing. I only had, 8 or 9 games in the Premier League, and I've now had 20 games in the Bundesliga. So I would suggest they're probably not big enough sample sizes. But Sieb now playing it out to Beerline, and now Leonardo. I like the way this left-hand side all works together. They're probably our 3 best players, our captain Beerline, Leonardo, our superstar wonder kid, and Sieb, the one who we thought we were going to struggle to keep hold of, but now we've kind of built that side of the team around. We've got a lot of awesome stuff going on that side. We just need to get the right-hand side built up to a similar level. We need a replacement for Kadira this summer. As much as he's been a useful player for us this season, he is 34 years old, and he must know, looking at my prior track record and the transfers I've already done since being here at Schalke, he must know that there's something about him that's not quite like the rest of the team, the players he's playing with now, and he's playing his final games for the club before we bring in a 22-year-old to take his spot next season, which of course is exactly the plan. And Cyan, still only 18, is a little bit inconsistent still as we get with a couple of these younger players, but that's only to be expected when you've got such young players in the squad. But we comfortably deal with the Paderborn attack again there, get the ball clear, and it's 2-0 at half-time, and this is pretty straightforward. I am enjoying the fact it's pretty straightforward. I would like to grab a couple more goals in this second half, but it's Paderborn who've actually got the ball forward, and Canestrelli is there to intercept. Good old Bono playing it forward to Garner, and that's a lovely ball over the top for Smoltz, the new right back who came in January, another one of our youngsters who've changed this team around massively since arriving. I was a little bit worried bringing in 6 players all in one go that we'd wreck dynamics, but I think the fact that only 5 of them went into the team, with Gonzalez wherever he is, not really. I'm glad we didn't sign him permanently. He's not really been able to break in. He's not looked any good when he's been coming on. So I think 5 coming in looks like it's exactly the right amount because it didn't wreck dynamics the way I thought it would. Beerline with the cross. Cyan's trying to get there. Garner with the effort from range, and it goes just over. And I think it's probably time to make a few substitutions now. Rest a few tired legs. Cyan can come off, and we'll bring Volzo on to play as a Raumdeuter on that side. Gonzalez is going to have a rare opportunity to play up front. I don't think anyone's signed him yet. No, he's still potentially available, but I don't know. He needs to drop his asking price for his wages considerably for me to take him seriously, and we'll bring a right back on as our final change. Can we, I mean, all eyes on Gonzalez, I think, for the rest of this game. We are light on attacking players. If we got an injury to Hollaback, Gonzalez is the only other striker we've got, unless we put Sieb up front. But if we do that, Gonzalez is the only other option to come in on the left. We've basically got 4 attacking players at the club. So it is an area we're going to need to strengthen in the summer. It will go down to 3 players, the 3 starters, once Gonzalez leaves at the end of the season. So we've got to decide if he's going to be an addition. And even if he is, we probably need to add at least 1 more attacking player, because we have been pretty lucky since I've been here that we've not really had any injuries in those areas. But now I've mentioned it, I imagine the injuries are coming. Sieb with the cross finds Kadira, and now Smoltz. So the substitutions haven't happened yet. Smoltz is in behind again, plays it across the penalty area, and they're just queuing up to tuck that away. I don't know how that can possibly be Leonardo's first goal for the club, because we already looked at a goal that he scored at the start of the episode. But any one of sort of the 3 players in a line could have tucked that away. It's such a beautiful cross, and it's Leonardo who gets there exactly the right time to make it 3-0, 6-0 on aggregate against Paderborn now this season. How was this team ever in a relegation battle? Talk about being mismanaged. With the youngsters that we've got here, we've got a very bright future at Schalke. Part of me thinks it's probably for the best that we're unlikely to get into Europe now, because I think a solid season of just being able to focus on the Bundesliga, a full year, further developing these players, adding a few extra in, I think we'll be in a really strong position for a Champions League push, because by and large, this league seems pretty weak. Once you get past Bayern and Dortmund, there's not really much to it. I think with 4 Champions League spots, there is definitely the opportunity to push on to that nearer than I previously said. I think I said, give me 5 years, I'll give you the Champions League. I think we could be there in 2 years, especially if we don't qualify for Europe this year, but maybe even if we do. Right, let's, I don't know why I'm sat there going through the inbox at the end of the video. I think what I'm probably doing here is just playing through most of the rest of the season, and then we'll come back somewhere around here, probably just for the final 2 games, because we're probably going to finish mid-table. If it looks like we might be able to sneak into Europe, I might come back a little earlier, just to show you that happening. But I think realistically, end the season tomorrow and then get stuck into transfers the day after. Not that we're necessarily going to have a lot of money to do it with. So I guess we're going to have to sell before we can buy, which is not my favourite. But we'll worry about that in a couple of days' time. For now, let's just enjoy the fact we're up to 11th in the league and only 3 points behind Leipzig, who were sat in a European spot. So maybe, if you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.